Sony is expected to standardize ebook formats, Google's homepage and Reader get more social networking features, and how to survive a camping trip with Wi-Fi, of course. It's Thursday, August 13th. I'm Natalie Del Conte, and it's time to get loaded. Sony is expected to make an announcement about ebooks today. As of this broadcast, the announcement has not been made, but the expectation is that it will have to do with the new standard of ebook format. The New York Times says that Sony is going to adopt the EPUB format, an open standard created by book publishers. Sony is also expected to scrap its proprietary software in favor of software by Adobe, which is a good thing because the e-reader software is nothing to write home about. This makes the Sony Reader what the iPod should have always been, capable of sharing its files with other devices. If Kindle gets on board with this standard, then we have a real marketplace. I hope Amazon can man up to sharing in this way. Still, Sony's lack of wireless downloading capability does hold the device back. Announce a carrier already. Get in the game, Sony. Google made several announcements in the social sharing space. First off, iGoogle. Google rolled out 19 new social gadgets for iGoogle, which is your customizable Google homepage. This lets you share gadgets with other users, such as games or to-do lists. For Google Reader, the company added the ability to share stories from Reader right to other social networks like Twitter, Blogger, Facebook, and more. They've also added full profile information for finding and following other people's shared items within Reader. Microsoft and Nokia are teaming up to put Office into Nokia phones. This is part of Microsoft's effort to get Office 2010 all over the place, web, mobile, you name it. So far, only Windows mobile phones have been able to run native versions of Microsoft Office. This would be the first handset deal like this beyond the Windows brand. Real Networks may have hit the final blow for its Real DVD software. The company has been battling Hollywood studios who allege that it is illegal to make a digital copy of a DVD that you own to your own computer in order to watch your movie digitally. U.S. District Court Judge Marilyn Hall Patel ruled in favor of the studio on Tuesday, saying the software violates the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. The court skirted around the issue of whether or not consumers can copy their own DVDs, though, which is exactly what the program was attempting to let consumers do in a legal way. Unfortunately for all of us, we may not even care about DVDs by the time this gets resolved, if ever. The case now goes to a jury, and I'm expecting more of the same for Real Networks. Facebook is going to roll out something called Facebook Lite. It looks like a streamlined version of Facebook, faster and simpler. They're rolling out beta versions to a few select users this week. I would like to try Facebook Lite because Facebook is getting fat and bulky and slow lately. It could use a diet. If your family likes to drag you on camping trips like mine does, it may get a little more tolerable if you live in the UK. That's because British Telecom is going to provide Wi-Fi to camping parks and caravanning clubs. I've never been camping in the UK, but I have a feeling this is a lot like KOA parks here in the US. The Wi-Fi will be free for BT broadband customers or by the minute for non-customers. This should make it much less rough to rough it. Just avoid webcam chatting if you're not showering on your camping trips. HP is working on a technology to get rid of creases in your photographs. Scientists at HP Labs developed a technique to detect creases in photographs using a standard flatbed scanner. Once the image is scanned, HP software can determine where the defect is and automatically remove any trace of a crease or a fold. This is good for restoring old photos that may have been bent, or maybe even current photos of exes that you thought you'd never want to see again. The software is not ready for market yet. An Australian website is letting users text message into outer space. Unfortunately, you probably don't know anyone out there to receive the message, and it will take 20 years to get there. Still, the point is you can, from now through August 24th, you can go to hellofromearth.net and post a 160-character message to the Gliese 581d, the nearest Earth-like planet outside the solar system that is said to be likely to support life. It's kind of an "is anyone out there" kind of message. It's all fun and games until someone responds. Those are all your headlines for today, but before I go, I want to wish a happy birthday to Jonathan, Jose, and Javier. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. I'm Natalie Del Conte with CNET TV, and you've just been loaded.